rest your small leaves, feel more than free to do so. Um, so, you all ready? Okay. All right, so on behalf of the family, I wanted to welcome you all to the celebration of Eric Langston Bradley. Today, our itinerary is going to be as follows. Cousin Kim is going to start with the bio. Proceeding that, we're going to have remarks, so we're going to give everyone the opportunity who would like to speak about Eric, maybe say something about a fond memory or a prayer or whatever is in your heart to speak upon. You may do so at that time. From there, we will also have a sand ceremony that's going to be presented by Tamara, his sister. And then today, we are going to conclude with a balloon release after the event outside. So I'm going to pass the microphone over to Kimberly.
Thank you. All right, the celebration of Eric, which was my cousin, and we're going to find out a little bit about him. Most of us know him, but there may be someone here that's not. We are here to honor and celebrate the life of Eric Langston Bradley. Eric graduated from Michigan State University with a bachelor's degree in political science. He was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan. For the last several years, he had resided in Hamtramck, which he embraced as a local community. Eric had a great love for sports, especially for Michigan State University. He also had a palate for great food, and he really enjoyed different genres of music. He was not only a loving family member, but also a loving friend to those that knew him well. He will be greatly missed by all. Eric was preceded in transition by his mother, Carol Bradley. He leaves behind his father, Ulysses Thompson, sister, Tamara Hayes, and a host of additional loving family and friends. On behalf of the family, we would like to say thank you to everyone for your condolences, prayers, and support. And we mean that from our hearts. I just want to say from my heart about Eric, he was a good guy. I loved him very much. But you know, what I love most about Eric, we can say a lot of nice things about him because he was a lot of nice things. Not only was he sincere, kind, sweet, but Eric was charismatic. I think we can all agree to that. And he was the kind of guy, if you told him something, you knew it stayed with Eric. Because you could confide in him, and that's where it stayed in his heart. But what I love most about him, he was a humble guy. You just don't have those type of qualities. And just can be that kind of person. That's why so many people loved him. So, I just want to say, I'll miss him. But I'm going to do the Eric Bradley smile. We should all do the Eric Bradley smile because he loved to smile. And it shows on his Facebook because he had a lot of people that smile with him, that laughed with him, and if you look, there's a lot of people that hug Eric Bradley and love to take pictures with my cousin. So I'm going to do the Eric Bradley smile all the time, and something that he and I used to always say, because that's what we do. So you all continue to do that, and thank you so much for coming.
Hello, I'm Tamara. I'm Eric's sister. And I just want to say how much that I'm going to miss him. And I'm sorry.
Okay.
And how great a person he was. He had such a gentle spirit, had a sweetheart. He loved to serve his community. He loved to serve his friends and family. He enjoyed life. He enjoyed people. And I will forever remember him. His spirit will continue to live within our family. And thank you so for embracing him, and I just appreciate you all.
I didn't get to introduce myself. My name is Shannon, and I was Eric's cousin, or I am Eric's cousin. And I just want to talk about like the fond memory of Eric. So our thing was barbecues. That was what we did. And everyone know in this room that knew Eric, he loved to barbecue and have some fun at the barbecue. So that's my fond memory of my cousin, is that he would show up to all the barbecues that I had. I would show up to the barbecues that he had, and that was our time. And we all know that Eric can cook some ribs. He can definitely cook some ribs. So I want to give everyone else the opportunity that wanted to speak and say some remarks about Eric, the time to do so. Now we're going to try to limit it to maybe like 2 to 3 minutes. So who would like to speak about Eric? Okay.
Forgive me for standing down, sitting down, but I only met Eric once. But the things that I hear, you can just say that the apple don't fall from the tree. And I just feel so bad for him, because for Grant to lose his son, and everything that you are talking about, I see it and seen it of Grant all the time, you know. He always about family, always. And then I lived with my father, he just passed, and we lived together. My dad went to the doctor regularly. But my point was this though, he would never, instead of asking me, he'd call Grant, who lives about, but when me and him together, we talk about his son and his daughter, and I just feel bad. I just feel bad for him, and I would have loved to talk with him more, because I'm a Michigan man, so I might get beat up today, but I'm sure it would be nice. And I just feel for the family too.
Thank you. Anyone on this side of the room would like to speak on Eric's behalf?
Hi, for those of you who don't know me, I'm a good friend of Eric's. I've lived next door to him for about 6 years now. He moved into my old apartment, so, we've been friends and kind of doing stuff for a long time. He would join me on any kind of adventure I came up with, which was great because not many people would do that. I took him camping for the first time, camping and hiking probably like 7 years ago, and he didn't know what to do. He was kind of walking around lost with his phone, standing in the bathroom with it plugged in. He didn't know. He's like, yeah, I don't know about this, but he got into it, and year after year he would come with me camping, and we would go hiking, and he came to enjoy it, and nobody was doing it a little bit more often. We went on a couple trips together. We went to New York just before the pandemic hit, and lived off Trump Tower, so that was good. We did a lot of match day stuff together and soccer stuff together, and a lot of barbecues in my backyard. I'm really gonna miss him. It became kind of like, just common knowledge that if I needed something, I would knock on his door and he would knock on mine. He was a great guy.
Hi, my name is Marilyn. I live here in Hamtramck. First time I met Eric, I was at Whiskey in the Jar, and it was a Halloween party. And he came over and just started dancing with my group of friends. And I remember that's how I met Eric. He was just that type of guy. He just came over and joined us. We started dancing, and somewhere along the way, I started seeing him at Whiskey in the jar all the time, and we exchanged numbers and started hanging out, and after a while, Eric and I were hanging out every single Friday. It was 3 o'clock, 3:30, he'd text me, hey, Marilyn, what's going on? Where are we going? Didn't matter where we went to, he never said, I don't wanna go there, he just would go wherever. And Eric was just all, we would all go together, and Eric was the type of guy, he wasn't like, you walked in and, hey, I'm in the room, you just knew he was there. He was a quiet person, but he didn't have to be loud, because everyone knew he was there. He never gossiped about anyone to me, he never talked about people, and that's what I liked about him. He was such a nice person, he was a good friend, and I'm really good.
Anyone else want to say anything?
Hello, my name's Dan. We're from the Two-Way. We have another bar, so he enjoyed going to the whiskey, but he also enjoyed coming to our place as well. And I'm not sure if I met him at my place or if I met him at the whiskey, but it didn't really matter. We just became really good friends after just being around each other, and eventually me and one of our good friends had moved to Chicago, and he was having an early summer birthday party in Chicago, so we told Eric, if you want to come with us, come on with us, and he said, okay. And so he came with us to Chicago, and we spent one day before our buddy actually knew that we were there. We just went bar hopping, and we were at this Chicago bar, and the bartenders were not very nice to us, so I wasn't tipping them. And meanwhile, my wife and Eric were just putting as much Motown into the radio as possible. And they're dancing, we're having a good time, but we got our own little party going on, and everybody else is kind of, okay, whatever. So it was nice. And then same thing, we ended up going down the river. We had a pontoon boat that we were partying on, and we were just going down the river, and there's Trump Tower, and so he's got the flick off the Trump Tower in two states. But I just really loved him. He came over all the time, and he was one of the guys where you're around a bar environment and you go in a bar environment, you'll become good friends with everybody, right? And he was just a very, very dear friend. We loved him so, so much, and we are going to miss him a lot. So, God bless him.
Anyone else at this table would like to say?
Good afternoon, everyone. Eric is my brother-in-law, and when Tam and I got married, I was so excited about getting a little brother because I'm the youngest. So it was finally someone that was younger than me. And Eric is an amazing person, had an amazing spirit, and brought joy to everyone. I would like to say this to you guys, through grief, there's growth. So in this moment, take these memories that you have of Eric, keep them in your heart, honor him that way, and just honor who he was to you. But know that through grief, there's growth, so there's growth that can come from this. Eric was an amazing person, and we're honored to be a part of his legacy.
Anyone else would like to speak at this time? Okay, I'm gonna turn it over to you, Tamara. I know you wanted to present the ceremony.
Okay. In just a few minutes, I would like you guys, if you would, just to participate in the sand ceremony. And the sand ceremony, it represents just the love that Eric poured into us. And as each one of us poured into the sand vessel, we would be able to remember him in love. And throughout the event, you over there and you can pour his hand into the vessel. Okay, okay. So, the family will do it first, and then afterwards, anyone can come up.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Let's have everybody. He was a part of us all. You all
Yes.
are not just friends. You all are family too.
Absolutely.
And Eric, he's doing just what he always did, bring us together. So he hasn't stopped, and, you know, we're connected, and that's why Tamara thought about this saying, which is beautiful, because he connected us and he connected people. And, that's what we're gonna do today. So, and that's why I always, when I was on Facebook, you all saw, you're not just family. Eric thought of you all as friends, and I saw how you all loved him as family. So we think of you as family too, okay? That we're connected as family. So the blood family is gonna do it first, but the rest of the family will do it after, okay? All right, we appreciate you. So, yeah. So family, Christopher, Carl, everybody, come on, we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna ask for the rest of the back come up. Grant, we want you to pour in first too. Pour the sand into the vessel. What you want, green or white? Right here. Green or white?
Green or white? Yeah, we're gonna pour it in the vessel. Everyone's drinking.
Yes, I love you. Yes, I love you, Eric. We love you because that's what we do. Okay, are we gonna put more sand on here? Sorry. You did it first. Here, baby, bring it over here. Bring your auntie, what's over here so you can build them up.
Okay, so we'll have the next table to come up. We'll start with the first table right here. If you all want to come up and participate with the sand ceremony, you can do so at this time. Yeah. So come on up, everybody.
Thank you.
Would you all like to come up at this time to provide
Everybody like that.
So just because he's acting like that, Michigan State became awarded us. So, I mean, we're gonna fight, right? Yes. And we see you very much. They're like, go, do Michigan territory. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So you got.
Give me more than.
Is anyone else that would want to participate in the senior ceremony that haven't done so much yet? Please come up this time.
We have like double everything.
Lunch, I usually say, lunch snack.
Thank you. Yes. Kimberly, nice meeting you too.
So for the next 15 or 20 minutes, we wanted to take this time to socialize and also we're going to play some of Eric's favorite tunes.